Hello, everyone tuning in right now. We are about to start our live stream. Actually, I got wireless headphones on, so I'm going to go out and stand in front of it. Am I in focus?
Well, it takes a long time for it to actually, like, oh, you're about to appear. It's delayed.
Why is it delayed?
Give it a second. That could be a problem.
Yeah.
You were in focus. You were in focus. The only problem with that, with the audio.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our second FBN live sports broadcast. Today we are doing another cross-country time trial. However, this time they're on actual teams. So if you're watching, I'm going to read off the teams real quick. You know, the rosters of each team. So we have the rocket launchers led by Will Scott, Landon Williams, along with Grant Faraci, Pierce Chermak, Madeline Stark, Haley Jones, and Ali Setliff. The meatballs have James Snyder, Ryan Reynolds, Will Tilley, Caitlin Reed, Thomas Bennett, Griffin Huckabee, and Savannah McQuilkin. Turn back that way. I'll stand in front of it. The fruit flies have Caden Didier, Luca Pass, Hudson Winter, Josine Syndrome, Theodora Sorescu, Lily Rose Cady, Harrison Tate. The Spitwads are led by Carter Sullivan, Andrew Mitchell, Nikki Chung, Nate Faraci, Ethan Stark, Juliana Rocha Lima, and Dean Dallas. And lastly, the Wild Hyenas have Harrison Pike, Elliot Sullivan, Catherine Mitchell, Davis Lynch, Grant Snow, Walt Laws, and Nori Pocock. Thank you, everyone, for coming to our second live stream. You know, we're really excited to do this. And when actual sports start, we're just going to be, we're pumped for this great year. We also have Mr. Howell here taking pictures, like he always does. So everyone say hey to him in the chat. Okay, yeah.
You're protecting all of us.
I'm here with James Snyder of the Meatballs. James, how are you preparing for this race today? The camera's not on us. It's over here by Richard. But so we have James Snyder. You lead the Meatballs today, James. Have you been planning out for this race at all? You know, your team? What's the thought process for winning this today?
Really working on communication without communicating. Making sure everybody knows everybody and how we race and how we win.
Mm-hmm. Do you think you all have a dark horse on the team? You know, someone that's really going to bring y'all into the light? Thomas Bennett here. What do you think about him?
Yeah, Thomas had a rough first 3K, but I think he's ready. He's getting back into it. He ran for a little bit, but we're excited to
And do you think y'all have a chance today to win?
Yeah, we will win.
You will win. There you have it. A guarantee by the Meatballs to win today. You know, I can't say I've seen many guarantees in life. You know, you've seen the Tim Tebow Classic. You'll never see someone work harder. And look what he promised. You know, maybe the Meatballs will be able to pull it out today. Who knows? I think it's going to be a really close race. All the teams look to be very even based on what I've seen and the prior time trial. We'll get this started in a few minutes. We're about to get started with this cross-country race. Again, this is our second live stream doing cross-country, and you know, I mean, it's pretty exciting. You can't get all the action, but we get the beginning and the end, and that's probably, I wouldn't say it's the most important part of the race, but it's probably the most exciting part. Today, I'm happy we're going to have not going to say the time trial wasn't a competition, but we're actually going to have some teams today. Again, I read them off. We have the rocket launchers, the meatballs, the fruit flies, the spitwads, and the wild hyenas. Looking at the team rosters, I think they're all pretty balanced, but I'm going to have to choose the... I think I'm going to have to choose the... This is a hard pick. I think I'm going to have to choose the meatballs to pull out today. You know, led by James Snyder. They got a great core with Ryan Reynolds, Will Tilley. Thomas Bennett can probably get them a few points. You know, he didn't perform well last time, like we said, but today he can probably bring it back. He was a member of the state team last year. And then Griffin Huckabee, Caitlin Reed, or Savannah McCulkin can pull them into stride for the win. I assume we are going to judge the scores like all of the cross-country meets, where the first 5 runners for a team gain points for what position they come in the race. So, say Will Scott won the race today, his team would get 1 point. And the point, what you want to win is the lowest amount of points, just like golf. So, whoever has the lowest amount of points wins. And today, I think the meatballs are going to pull that out. You know, I can see James Snyder coming in second or third, Ryan Reynolds coming around 5, 6, 7 area, and then Thomas Bennett and Will Tilley coming in probably around 15, 16 area. You know, it's going to be a close match today. It could even come down to the lone 6th runner, who in that position, it just matters about who comes in first. You know, that happened with the Furies a few that happened with the Furies a few years ago at the Seahawk Invitational, where I think the girls' team, their 6-runner, came in and ended up winning the Seahawk for them. FBN, we're here. We're excited to do this year. We have some things in the work right now of installing cameras at the soccer and basketball facilities. We're really excited, and it's all about this year. We've been hearing a lot of good news from the NCAA about the future of sports this year, so everyone's just really excited. We think we can do this. We're going to pull this out, and it's going to be a great time. So the cross country is going to get started in a minute. And I'm also joined today by Richard Tao. He's our media editor-in-chief. He does everything with the cameras. And also Alex Kai. Alex here, he is the drone meister, you might say. I had no idea how drones really work, and no one else really does, but this man gets some amazing drone footage. You've probably seen it already if you follow a lot of student-led activities after side. This race should get started in just a minute. Coach Scott right now explaining the route of the course. And this will be, I really do think this will be an exciting race today. You don't see many like this. On the sidelines for one team is Sam Scott, and he's a top runner for side. So that could, we hope him a fast recovery this year, so he can actually compete in the real race. But that could hurt a team. That could be a possibility. But luckily, he's not been placed on teams, and I honestly think that's what's balanced the rest of the teams altogether. Sorry if you heard any feedback right there. I was fixing we have some wires leading into the engineering building right now with our rig, and we don't want any of the runners to trip, so I had to fix that real quick and forgot to turn off the mic. Again, still waiting on Coach Scott to finish up. Here we go. We got some kids clapping. It looks like they're all ready to start. Richard, man, the cams. Alex with the drone. You're going to be seeing some great drone footage later probably in a few days. Here we go. Here come the runners getting ready to start. And they're off. Again, a fast start right here leading in the Joe Scott way. So it really matters about securing your position early. James Snyder taking it first in the Joe Scott way because it turns into a one lane race basically. So all the way until you get out here by the end of the soccer field, that's going to be 400 meters to establish your position. And that's really important. So James Snyder of the Meatballs, the team I did predict to win this race today, leading it. But you never know what could happen there. Will Scott do a risky move? It's early in the season, but he could try to pass James. And that would be very exciting if we could see them coming out. But I assume he'll be leading them when we see them come out of the woods. And here they come, Will and James together. It looks like Will has overtaken James, but they're neck and neck. Carter Sullivan following behind them, about 2 seconds behind. And then Harrison Pike, Elliott Sullivan, Grant Faraci, maybe. It's very hard to tell from this distance. Oh, a big pack coming in out of the woods right now. That's really what's going to make or break your team today if they're going to win. Can I get some drops in the chat? What team we think is going to win? Again, we have the rocket launchers, the meatballs, the fruit flies, the spitwads, and the wild hyenas. I'm actually about to hop on the phone with Kevin Westwood right now. He's up at the entrance to the school, and he's going to call out the times. Hey, Kevin, it's Ben. on the phone with Kevin Westwood right now. He is going to be calling out names of people who come in up at the entrance to the school. We're also over here with Sam Scott right now. He is, I wouldn't say he's injured. He doesn't want to risk anything for the season. Yeah, is that what's going on, Sam?
Yeah, that's right.
So that's important. Who would you choose to win this race today?
I think I might actually give the advantage to the rocket launchers.
The rocket launchers, really. I chose the meatballs. All the teams are pretty even, I'd say.
Yeah, they're very evenly matched. Should be a good race today. Definitely.
Yeah. Why do you think the rocket launchers are going to win?
Well, starting off with Will Scott, strong up front, and some guys, Landon Williams, Grant Ferrossi, some guys really going to bring it in, and I think that just gives them the advantage.
And as we see the core runners take on the very first hill by the cabin of the course, how do you think, if you were leading the team, how would you prepare for today's race if you would win?
Well, you got to get out fast. It gets narrow pretty quickly on this course. Then we got a big hilly section about middle of the race, so you really got to attack those hills, but save enough left for the end of it where it's kind of downhill and easy. You got to be able to kick it in that last little stretch.
Exactly. So you think the rocket launcher is going to pull out? I
That's
think the meatballs. I think we've got Coach Westwood on the line right now. About to call out names.
Harrison Pike and Elliott Sullivan.
Harrison Pike and Elliott Sullivan coming in at 3:43. We've seen James and Will Scott already pass in a few seconds before them.
Big pack of the guys coming through. And Nikki Chung is the first female runner.
Big group of guys coming through along with Nikki Chung. She's going to lead her team today. She is on the Spitwads today. And I mean, that's a great team. I'm seeing Carr Sullivan, Andrew Mitchell, Nikki Chung, and Nate Ferracci. I think that's Grant's younger brother. That could be a force to be reckoned with, a dark horse team to win this race today. And it all depends on basically the back.
Mitchell and Lily Rose Katie.
Catherine Mitchell and Lily Rose coming in behind them. A few seconds. We've seen the big groups come through. We're going to see some other people come through in the next few minutes. They're making great time. I mean, 4 minutes. A pack of middle schoolers, as Kevin says. So we've seen the vast majority of the runners come through right now. And you may see a few more coming up the hill in a second. Right now, I'd say the leaders are coming up the second major hill on the course. That's a very tough one over behind the baseball field, behind the softball field, by those bathrooms. That's a very long hill, like we said last time. They'll get you if you're not prepared for it. I hear Sam Scott in the background telling me that that's very true. And then they'll come in. Okay, Kevin hung up. Then they'll come in on the bunny loop soon. And that'll be a very important part as well. So it's going to be a few minutes with not much action going on. I'll just ramble on about FBN Sports. This idea, if you haven't already heard about it, was created this summer out of the need for fans, faculty, students, parents to be able to watch Forsyth athletics while not being able to attend sports most likely this fall, winter, hopefully not leading into the spring, but we want to be prepared for that. So therefore, it's student-led. We've combined with CS Athletics to bring great experience. We're all really excited for this year. I'd say there's some stuff in the works right now. We're preparing for fall sports to start within the next few weeks. That's great news. It was tentative. It was a tentative schedule whether they would push back the season like the NCSAA to the spring, or if we would play in the fall. We are excited that the NCSAA decided to play during the fall. So it's going to be a season. We've got some soccer practice going on right now on the new track. If anyone wants to see that, it's freshly been lined. The new track, And maybe we'll be able to get Coach Scott or someone on this in a second if they would like to be included. 7 minutes and 12 seconds. I'd say the leading pack is probably coming out of the baseball field right now, running down that gravel lot onto the behind the former football field, now the lacrosse field. You know, it's quite an overcast day, but that can lead to some good times, though it still is early in the year. We're going to get a shot of runners coming out of the woods. Will Scott coming around right now, heading back into the Joe Scott way. I'm going to go up here to meet the runners, be able to call them out. Let's get too far away from the computer. Got the lone and in first right now. See someone TJ crossing the power line right now. Comes second. Will Scott leading the rocket launchers. And meals, you know, again, like we said, it's made close. Sam did predict the Rockets were without today. However, I'm going to stick with the meatballs. Will Scott coming out of the woods at the Joe Scott way right now, about to head in behind the field. I have no doubt that he will finish in first. Sullivan crossing the power line right now, about to hit the Joe Scott way. Ellis Sullivan on the Wild Hyenas team. That is Carter Sullivan, lad. His brother, his older brother, Carter Sullivan, who actually leads the Spitwads for their team. You know, Carter, very instrumental piece of for the last year when they won the state championship for the boys division. You know, all the riding that Carter passing a few other runners of other schools was what brought it home for them. Here we go. Here comes Harrison Pike in fourth right now, coming along. We got followed by Elliott Sullivan and Andrew Mitchell. Andrew Mitchell behind him, Landon Williams, Caden Deere. Will Scott coming around the final bend, going first. Let's keep the shot on the Joe Scott way. Will Scott finishing up really fast. I'm gonna say he's gonna come in with a time about 10:22. Ryan Reynolds heading to the Joe Scott way right now. Will Scott with a great time of 10 minutes and 22 seconds unofficially. Harrison Tate coming into the Joe Scott way right now. You know, this really is going to be a close race. James Snyder coming into the final bend. Looks like there he is, Thomas Bennett. With that backwards in front of Grant Faraci heading into the Joe Scott way. You know, that's why I chose the meatballs today. I think Thomas may have sandbagged his opponents in the race. Will Tilley heading into the Joe Scott way right now at 10 minutes, about 11 minutes now. We're going to get some shots of the finishers right now. James Snyder heading in with 11 minutes and 10 seconds. Luca Pass heading in the Joe Scott way with 11 minutes and 22 seconds. Here's going to be the main runners for the teams coming in right now. I'm going to try to do an unofficial tally of the winners. If I can do some quick mental math. Carter Sullivan in third. But we have a huge group coming in right here, coming into the finals. This is really going to help make or break the teams today. You know, here we go. Let's see who's going to be in the top 7 of the runners. Harrison Pike trying to finish out in fourth. Andrew Mitchell right on his tail. We have Elliott Sullivan and Landon Williams tied together. Here comes Harrison Pike rounding round the curve. Andrew Mitchell trying to sprint, get on the inside of him. Let's see if he can get it right here. Doesn't look like he can get him. Harrison Pike's going to finish out with 10 minutes and 24 seconds. Right behind him, Andrew Mitchell, 12 minutes and 25, sorry. Landon Williams coming in with 12 minutes and 30, finishing strong. Elliott Sullivan giving the look to Kane Didier behind him, making sure he's all good. Elliott Sullivan coming in. Kane Didier. Kane Didier coming in at, I think, the 7th spot. Ryan Reynolds. Let's see, Harrison Pike came in 4th, followed by Andrew Mitchell. The spit wads. Ryan Reynolds coming in, followed by Thomas Bennett. Thomas Bennett coming in at 13:10 for the meatballs. Harrison Tate and Grant Faraci coming into the final stretch. Both look very tired, but they're going to give it their all at the end. Let's see if Grant can try pass him. Grant looks like he's conserving some energy. He's going to try to give a kick, but it's not going to be enough, and Harrison Tate's going to finish out with Grant Faraci behind him at 13 minutes and 30 seconds. Will Tilley finishing out strong with 13 minutes and 44 seconds as his time. Luca Pass. Oh, Nikki Chung, the first female racer coming in for the spit wads and the entire race.
Good job, Nikki.
Luca Pass coming in after Nikki Chung. Let's see. Got a little sidetracked by the close race. Forgot who finished where. However, I'm going to try to compile it together right now.
Finish, come on! Right here! Don't let go!
Oh, it's in middle schoolers. Griffin looks like loses out to, I'm sorry to say, I do not know the middle school rosters right now. Lily Rose coming in for the second female 13:50 time.
Come on, Walt, pass him!
Oh, we have a close race right now between Walt.
There you go. Good job. Good job, Nate. Good job, Fruit.
Nate finishing out strong. A lot of young runners for the Furies right now.
Good job. Good job. Finish strong. Let's go.
Caitlin finishing out strong. Looks like she is on the Meatballs team again. Caitlin Reed, Meatballs. That's the team I predicted to win. I think they're going to pull it out, though. I kind of lost track of the points system. Maybe I can get some runners to tell me who came in where if they do know.
Good job, Ethan.
Okay, I am going to unofficially, though right now this is in very quick mental math. It looks like the Meatballs came in with Theodora finishing out with an unofficial 16:50 7. With some quick mental math, it looks like the Meatballs probably pulled it out. I see James Snyder coming in 2nd, Ryan Reynolds coming in 9th, Thomas Bennett coming in 10th, Will Tilley coming in 12th. No other team has had more than 3 runners coming in to really get those low points. That's why I'm going to unofficially award to the Meatballs, though I like to say, with a disclaimer, I do not have the actual times or results. I'm doing this from memory.
2 minutes faster.
Thomas Bennett telling me how proud he is that he finished up 2 minutes faster than he did last time. Juliana finishing up hard for the spit wads. Juliana Rochalie. Some more runners coming into the Joe Scott Way right now. Gonna go meet with. Gonna pull over Ryan. I'm gonna try to find Ryan Reynolds. Ask him a few questions about Ryan. Let's get Ryan in the shot right here. Ryan, you're on the Meatballs. I unofficially award y'all the win today.
All right.
You know, it looks like Thomas Bennett kind of sandbagged earlier in the year to get on your team. But do you think y'all pulled it out? I mean, it looks like you had James in 2nd, you in 9th, Thomas in 10th, Will Tilley coming in 12th. How was that race out there today?
It was good, definitely I fell off a little bit around the biggest hill, but it was still a good race, and glad to see the Meatballs might take the victory.
Maybe taking the victory, yeah. Do you, were you guys expecting coming into the race running? I talked to James Snyder, your leader, before the race started. He said he guaranteed a win, and it looks like it paid off for them. Again, unofficially, Ryan, you're saying you also think you guys pulled it out.
Yeah.
The race went well. Was it hot there?
Not as hot as last time, but certainly hot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, were you excited for sort of maybe the season getting pushed back into the later fall? That could propel you guys to run some fast times, you think?
Yes, definitely.
Yep. You heard it here from Ryan Reynolds, James Snyder, showing his support for the Meatballs, his team in the background there. Looks like just everyone tired at the face, but a good communal aspect. I don't think we should get many shots. When I come back, I may have official results for the race, but right now we're just gonna get some shots of the runners after the race. Allie finishing strong right here. Still no word on the official results of the race. However, I would again say that I really do think the meatballs pulled it out today. I can't see anyone else beating them, but you do have no idea how it's actually going to end up.
Good job.
And Allie finishing strong. I think she is the final runner in today's race. Let me see if I get any word on official results. If you want to hang on, the race is over, but if you want to hang on for official, I'll get in the shot. Here you go, Richard. If you want to hang on for official results, the race is over. Mr. Scott's over here tallying up the results, but I do think the meatballs pulled it out. I've done some quick mental math. I'm going to go ahead and say I'm 95 sure the meatballs won. You know, they were led by James Snyder. Ryan Reynolds finishing in the top 10. Thomas Bennett and Will Tilley coming in for their team. And I remember Caitlin Reed being one of coming in a later pack. But that fifth runner with such a low 4, I don't really think it would matter for the other teams to even be able to compete with them. However, they may have. After I saw this, I kind of just went off the rails with the scores. So we will wait and see for the official results if you want to hang on. I may have some new sources of information telling me most likely the meatballs pulled it out. However, a dark horse team is the Spitwads. They are led by Carter Sullivan, Andrew Mitchell, Nikki Chung, along with Nate Farashi, Ethan Stark, Juliano Rochalima, and Dean Ballas. So a young, a really old and experienced inner core of those first few runners, Nikki being the premier girls runner, Carter and Andrew being top 7 runners for the Furies. However, it's going to be, they do have a younger rest of the team, and that can either make or break their team, I'm still going to stick with the Meatballs, that team. They had instead of 3, they had 4 older experiencers, and I do remember Caitlin Reed and Griffin Huckabee coming in at about the same time, so I'd expect them to be about equal. Runners just finish up on their cool down. Again, we're going to end the stream soon when we hear word on the winners. If we do, I'll give it about 5 more minutes. I am joined right now by another FDN Sports administrator, executive, however you want to call it, Jack Simke. Finished on basketball practice. Throwing on his mic right now.
That's a good practice.
What'd you say?
So that was a good practice. Got it in.
Your mic's not working right now. Oh, wait, there it is.
So it's good practice. Got everything in. Good stuff.
Oh, the camera's frozen. I'm in the stream.